Mental health crisis is rational response to insane society, yeah. Where profit matters more than human propriety, yeah. Where children starve, where billionaires hold wealth. I've seen mental health crisis ain't disease, it's sin. Clearly the madness normalized around you daily. Mental health crisis really is your brain rejecting insanity presented as normal life. Mental health crisis strife, a living in a world that values money over humanity. Mental health crisis sanity, struggling to survive in environment designed for profit. Mental health crisis often, yeah, goes your mental state when surrounded by structural violence. Mental health crisis silence, broken bottles, courageous enough to say I'm not okay. Mental health crisis way, your mind rebels against accepting evil as routine. Mental health crisis seen as personal failing when really it's societal disease. Mental health crisis please, yeah. Depressed, anxious, traumatized, it's rational, yeah. When society's irrational, yeah. Built on exploitation, on violence, on greed. Mental health crisis need to question society, not just medicate the pain. Mental health crisis is rational response clear to insane society we live in here, where wars are normal, poverty is accepted fine. Mental health crisis sign that you're seeing clearly that you're rejecting insane. Mental health crisis pain of consciousness, of awareness, of refusing to pretend. Mental health crisis friend telling you something's deeply wrong with world around. Mental health crisis found in those who refuse to normalize the abnormal. Mental health crisis formal diagnosis, but really it's society that's sick. They medicate you so you can function in dysfunction. Mental health crisis junction between your sanity and society's insanity collide. Mental health crisis tried to tell you that you're broken, but really system is mental health crisis is depression or anxiety, the trauma all rational. Mental health crisis sessional response to a rational world built on suffering. Mental health crisis buffering against reality, too painful to accept as normal state. Mental health crisis fatal, those conscious enough to see clearly what's wrong. Mental health crisis long been misdiagnosed as individual pathology. Mental health crisis apology owed to everyone told they're crazy for not accepting insanity is normal. Mental health crisis rejecting the narrative, saying no, I'm responding rationally. Mental health crisis actually your depression is reasonable in depressing world. Mental health crisis hurled at you as personal failure, societal success. Mental health crisis stress of pretending everything's fine when it's not. Mental health crisis is rational response precise, built on sacrifice of human well-being for corporate profit gain. Mental health crisis trained to see as individual problem, not collective symptom. Mental health crisis system causing the crisis, then blaming individuals broken. Mental health crisis token of sanity in insane world rejecting normalization. Mental health crisis foundation built on awareness that this ain't how life should be. Mental health crisis see clearly means you're more sane than those accepting capitalism causes mental health epidemic. Clear. Mental health crisis here because working yourself to death ain't natural state. Mental health crisis fate of those who can't afford therapy, can't afford meds. Mental health crisis spreads through poor communities, through marginalized folks most. Mental health crisis ghost of collective trauma hunting society ignored. Mental health crisis stored in bodies and minds and communities traumatized. Mental health crisis thinks disguised as personal feeling when it's systemic violence. Mental health crisis silence demanded by those profiting from your suffering. Mental health crisis buffering against truth that society is what's disease. Mental health crisis please to diagnose you sick so system stays in question. Mental health crisis lesson only when we address root causes societal. Mental health crisis retrieval of sanity means dismantling insane structures built. You're anxious cause rent due bills stack and can't afford to live. Mental health crisis give you diagnosis but won't address poverty causing it. Mental health crisis shit designed to individualize collective social crisis. Mental health crisis prices you out of treatment unless you got insurance good. Mental health crisis should be understood as rational response to irrational conditions. Visions a better world make you depressed cause this one's so broken. Mental health crisis token.